Hello, I'm Debbie and welcome to Divine Destiny with Debbie. Today we're doing the long readings for Libra season. So look at this as more of the chapters, where the short readings are more of the pages. Now, we're doing Libra season, and that will be whatever your sign is in Libra season. I would also suggest that you look up your your rising, ascending, your Venus, your moon, and, take a look at those to see how they may be affecting you also. But this will be a long reading, and so I will be using a bunch of cards. Now, I use my, three of these decks will be Radley Valentine. Here is my Angel Tarot cards, which I will use for the main reading. I will then go to John Holland's Psychic Tarot and Oracle cards to kind of get clarification. I then go to my Osha Zen Tarot cards for some extra words of advice. We circle back to Radley Valentine Archangel Power Tarot cards. I'll do 3 also with those. Guardian Angel Tarot cards, will pull 1. And then I will finish up with my Emily Anderson Crystal deck. Now, I have prayed, meditated, and infused all the decks with Reiki energy, but remember, this is a general reading. It may or may not resonate. Take what you like, leave the rest. All right, now I'm an intuitive channeler. That means that I open myself to higher power, and I ask just basically whatever you need to hear, let that come through. And hopefully it does resonate with you. Any cards that are reversed have stronger energies. Also, to make sure that you write down the numbers. Numbers are very important, and there's ways to look that up on the internet. You can put it in a search browser, the numbers. You can put angel numbers behind it. There's just ways to look those things up. Also, too, when I mention higher power, that's whoever that is to you. That could be your guardian angel, your spirit guides, your voice of the universe, your divine, your source, whoever that is to you. Okay? Okay. So, first, before we start, again, let me go through my little listing. And there's a lot of stuff going on right now in Libra season. Now, I'm going to be reading this. And, and I also will post this on my blog with, just with this and with the websites too. And then I will put a link to YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, and Twitter. Okay. So we enter Libra season with 3 planets going direct. Mercury, which is in Libra right now. Remember, the shadow of retrograde has begun on the 13th. Also, Venus, which is in Scorpio, and Mars, which is in Libra. Now, we are in Libra season. Libra season is about justice and balance. Remember that, with Mars and Libra don't necessarily go along quite well. So Mars could be pushing Libra outside of Libra's boundaries. Libra could be, be talking Mars' ears off and kind of saying, no, you have to balance things more and more. Libra season is about restoring and finding balance and justice. But there's a lot of air energy again throughout Libra season. We finished up a Virgo season. Libra had a really strong mark there. The air energy was very, very strong. Now we have 5 planets retrograde. We have Jupiter in Aquarius. However, it goes direct October 18th at 1:30 a.m. All the times are Eastern Standard Time. We have Saturn in Aquarius, which is again going direct October 10th at 10:17. Neptune, which is in Pisces, that will be going direct. That will be retrograde. Pluto in Capricorn goes direct on October 7th, 2029 p.m. And Uranus in Taurus will stay retro. Now, Mercury in Libra, we talked about, that we were in the shadow of the retrograde because it's usually 2 weeks before, 2 weeks after. It does go retrograde September 27th at 1:10 a.m. It is in Libra. It will stay retrograde until October 18th at 11:17 a.m. when it goes back direct. Now, there is some things going on, Pluto, which is in Capricorn. There's something a little bit odd going on with that. I need to do some more research. But Pluto is a very slow moving planet. Pluto has a lot of, tear down to build up type of energy. Now, in the early springs, or that would be in the northern hemisphere, or actually would still be in the winter time, February 19th, 2022. I read somewhere, and again, I need to look this up more so, but I think we need to be aware of it, that this will be in, let me see if I can phrase this correctly. This will be in the place that it was for the United States back in 1775. So now, if you know anything about America's history, the United States history, you'll know we were going into, or we were getting ready for what was called, or what is called, the Revolutionary War. So that in itself, I want you to just be kind of aware of that. I know this has nothing to do with Libra season, but as I do my research, this popped up, and I think we need to know about it. All right, now, we're going to kind of go quickly through Libra season just because I'm going to reference you to another website, and again, it'll be, I'll put that in my blog. But let's go through the dates. September 22nd, the sun enters Libra, which is an air sign, at 3:21 p.m. Again, all of these are Eastern Standard Time. Now, the autumn equinox starts also at 3:22. That's if you're in the northern hemisphere. If you're in the southern hemisphere, it would be your spring equinox. This is where day and night, light and dark, balance each other. So it's supposed to be where there's a certain point where there will be 12 hours of light and 12 hours of darkness. It also is a time, because we will be going into what is, towards the end, and this is in Scorpio season. We'll go into All Hallows Eve, Halloween. This is where we're entering a time where the veil, at least, the veil is getting thinner and thinner, and that is between what I call the supernatural and the natural, or the physical and the metaphysical. Now, let's go ahead, put these out here, and let's pull a couple of cards to see what we need to know about Libra season. And this is my Rider Tarot cards. These are the traditional tarot cards. So let's see what we have as an overview. Okay, now, this is a 15, so now we know that there's 5 energy here. 5 energy has a lot of change energy here. This is traditionally the devil, because it says the devil. The thing that I want you to remember is this is, a lot of times, this is either running away from your fears or facing your fears. Okay, so Libra season could be one of those times that you either confront your fears or you just don't, you have your head buried in the sand. So take a look at this, so here we have the devil, very scary, very ominous. The star is off-centered, or the pentagram is off-centered, so that does bring kind of an evil energy to this. And, basically not necessarily a nice type of energy. But then you have the two, the male, the female. And with that is that they are in chains. They are bound. The thing, though, if you ever look at it, is the chains are loose. So they can slip their chains if they choose to. But again, these are choices. So again, this has a lot of confronting your fears, also possibly just not dealing with your fears, running away type of energy. When I get this, when I see this, this is, to me, a lot of things are going to happen where you're going to have to confront some unpleasant information, unpleasant choices, and just unpleasantness. But you have to confront it, otherwise you will let fear rule you. And remember what I'm always saying. I am always saying this, and again, this is a good saying, so take this for however your spirituality leads you. Fear is the tool of the devil. Okay? That's how the devil keeps the people entrapped. So this is, again, choices, and Libra, Libra season has a lot of weird stuff going on. that will be, bringing things to the head. Okay, let's go on to our next card. Now, this one is reversed, and here we go. This is a major arcana. This is also a major arcana, and this is a number 1. 1 is, new beginnings, new starts. This is the Magician, and if you notice, they have the same hand gestures in many ways. How and this is basically as above, as below type of energy here. But this one, while this one is a little bit more, not quite as, committed, this one is very strong energy here. This one is saying things can happen. But again, it's within it's what you can actually manifest. Now, let's go on here. And this is wonderful. So now we have a 1-5, we have a 1, and now we have a 10. This is the 10 of Cups. Cups is water energy. Water energy is Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. We just, we're about to enter into Scorpio season after Libra. We just had that, right now Venus is in Scorpio, and we just had, when this reading is beginning, we will have just, and I mean just, because I think the full moon in Pisces is the 20th or the 21st of September. So we will still have that Pisces energy. Now, the 10 of Cups is happiness, is very much, happy home, happy feelings, just things happening for the better. Okay, so, but again, it all comes back to, do you face your fears or do you let your fears rule you? All right, so now that's what we have for the 22nd, and that's when Libra energy begins, Libra season. Now we go to the 23rd, that's September, and Venus in Scorpio. Okay, now that's an interesting, there's a lot of intensity with Venus in Scorpio right now with relationships. However, they are opposing, so that energy opposes Uranus in Taurus, and that'll be about 5:40 a.m. the morning of. And, Uranus and Taurus is always about, expect the unexpected, especially, that's more with Uranus, but Taurus is in your reality. So expect the unexpected in your reality. So there could be some very interesting relationships that, there could be those, those truths that you thought were true and now you find out the real truth. There's going to be something with your relationship at that time. Now, we're going to go then to, and this is where I just said, this is weird relationship energies. And this is going to start around the 29th and 30th of September. Because there's major energies going on with Libra, Saturn, Scorpio, Neptune, and Jupiter. And then even in October 2nd, Venus, Scorpio with Pluto. And Pluto again has that destruction, or has, things have to end in order for them to begin energy. So there's going to be some weird relationships around that end of the month, end of September, beginning of October. And I'm going to pull 2 cards for that, because relationships, it takes 2 to tango. Let's see what we have here. And we're going to just do the 2 cards, 1 and 2. The Lovers. So yes, all about the relationships. And the relationships can be work, job, career, personal, intimate, interpersonal, family, or home. I'm going to kind of say, that this is going to be more, I don't like doing this. This is going to be more the intimate, romantic, or personal. So let's go to this next card. Justice. Justice within the relationship. Now remember, Libra is all about justice and balance. So, now, if you notice, I also have these little, like Y's and N's. And basically, if somebody asks me a yes-no question, I pull this card. Well, the answer is pretty much a no. This one would be a yes. So here we have a maybe, but here we have a yes. So we have 6. 6 is the number of man. It's what you put into the relationships. So if you're putting garbage in, you get garbage out. If you're unfaithful, don't expect the relationship to or if one of the parties is unfaithful and, and it's known, well, even if it's not known, don't expect it to last. Justice will occur. If it's a very true and, and very faithful, justice then says yes. Now, This is again, so this is a 6 and this is an 11. Again, we have that 1-1 energy going back to that. 1 plus 1 equals 2. 2 is choices, decisions, relationships also. Okay, so now we have that going on, and that's going to be the weird relationship energies. Now, I'm going to reference this. It's the www.the-astrologer.net. I've referenced them a couple of times, and I like to, when I do this, when I'm doing what I'm feeling needs to be looked at, this is one of the websites that I do go to. And this one will talk about how, so this is major energies from the 6th of October going forward. Now, we have October 6th is the new moon, and it will be in Libra, and that comes about 7:05 a.m. Okay, so now we've got some cards that just wanted to come out. Let's see what we have with this major energy. Now, the other thing that I want you to know is that 6 planets from October 6th onward, there will be 6 planets in what is called the masculine air signs. So I'm going to put out, whenever it's the air signs, because that is Aquarius, that's Libra, which is really, really heavy. It's also Gemini. I really didn't see any Gemini this time around, but this is where you need to speak it out. Keep your thoughts, your words positive, and speak it out. The new moon is a time of a new cycle. And remember, new moon to full moon is when you request. Full moon is your release, relinquish, and request. Full moon to new moon is when it gets smaller, so that is your waning moon, and that's when you get rid of things. Okay, so let's see what we have for this, this major energies from the 6th on. Okay, so here we have the Page of Cups. Again, this is reversed. Cups, again, we have discussed that. Now, the underlying energy of Cups, however, is our earth energy. That is our Virgo, our Capricorn. It is also our Taurus energy. Very solid, tangible, money, job, career, home type of energy. And we also have Pluto in Capricorn. So expect, and then that thing that we just came through with Uranus, even though that was back on the 23rd, expect some weird stuff going on with that too. So this is kind of a quizzical type of energy. This is kind of a, pages to me are optimistic. They're looking forward to whatever they have to look forward to. And this has kind of a questioning vibe to me at this time. It doesn't mean that that things aren't going to go forward in a positive way. In fact, the page believes everything will be positive but the page is also looking at things that, there's a fish in his cup. And the page is also looking at it as, what is this all about? So I feel like the page is going to be questioning. The Page of Cups will be questioning a lot of things that's going on in the world, in their world, and, and making some reevaluations. Now, we have these cards that wanted to come out, so let's take them one at a time. The Queen of Pentacles. Now, the Pentacles is that earth energy again. Queen's underlying energy is water, cups. So you have kind of the reverse on this. So this one, where the water energy was fluid and emotional, this one, yes, fluid and emotional, but this is a woman of substance. This is a woman that goes after what she needs, but in that physical sense. Okay, it's not the Queen of the Queen of Rods or Wands, or the Queen of Swords, but she goes after the protection of her family. She goes after making things right for the ones that are entrusted to her. But she is also a woman of substance. So the new moon is also telling you, so be quizzical, be questioning, but at the same time, go after what it is you want. Make those wishes. Put them out there. Let's see, next card. So now we have another yes, no card, a maybe. This one has a lot of judgment energy. So what would that have been about? That would have been about October 6th. This is 20, which is 2 tens, and we talked about what 10s are. We've talked about what 2s are, judgment time type of energy here. So we've got some strong stuff happening in Libra. Now with judgment, there is also a new start, a new beginning, a new kind of like, and remember when I talk about Mercury retrograde, which have we gotten to there? Yes, yeah, we got to Mercury retrograde already. Mercury retrograde is a time of great karmic balancing happening. So if you've been putting out good karma, things will come back in the betterment. If so just really watch your words, your thoughts type of energy, and how you're feeling towards people. We don't want to have negative karma, because then it means that we've met everything and we can just go on and leave. But this is judgment. This is, being weighed, in some is where you weigh the heart against the feather, type of energy here. So we got some interesting stuff going on right now. Now, your last card here. Okay, and this is again that 10 energy. And this is 10 of Swords. Swords is Libra energy, Aquarius. It is also Gemini energy, thought processes, hearing news, words, strategic planning. It's done. Everything is done. So whatever it is that you've been being judged on, whatever this is all about, it's done. This is an ending to a phase, to a season, to it's just an ending. And then with that ending, you can see this person is done. No more. It's not you. It's not you. Okay. It's more or less like, this is a little overkill in some ways, but it's like, it's done. Let's move on. Okay. Let's go on now, and we will move on. So I told you that we have 6 planets in masculine air signs. Okay. Then we have a return of fire energy. So October 7th, Venus transitions into Sagittarius. Sagittarius is adventurous. So this might be, after all of the intensity of of Scorpio and all that we've talked about, Venus now goes into adventurous Sagittarius to try new things, to just kind of breathe again. Remember, fire energy is our wands, our rods, also fire. And that is our Sagittarius. It is our Aries. It is also our Leo energy. Passionate, burning, determined. So things will be happening. Let's just pull one card for October 7th to see what does it mean when Venus goes into Sagittarius. Let's go on here. So we have covered all of the energies. We've covered air, water, earth, and fire. So I won't be doing that in the longer readings. Let's see what we have. Okay, now this is again reversed. This is a 12, a 1, and a 2, or a 10 plus a 2. Interesting. This would give us a no, but this is the Hangman. And the Hangman, you can see he's also a holy man. You can see by the halo. So this is a Hangman. This is look at things from a different perspective. Look at your relationship from a different perspective. That's an interesting one for me, at least. I feel that I think that we all need to be a little bit receptive. We need to compromise maybe a little bit more. It's also possibly looking at the other person's point of view. It doesn't mean you have to agree with it, but it does go with possibly it's a good thing to listen to it at least. Now, I'm going to just jump ahead to October 20th. We will then have some more fire energy, and that is when we have the full moon in Aries at 10:56 a.m. And again, so now we have that balance where we have we haven't really had a lot of water. No, we have had water energy. We've had our earth energy. We've had air energy. And now we come back to our fire energy. So now Libra is coming back into that balance. Let's see what else we have. We're going to do 2 cards here and see for that full moon. The full moon, the Hierophant. Now, the Hierophant is the tradition, the traditionalist. This would be a lot of times with your government, with your church, but basically it's just following the rules. But again, we have a 5. 5 is all about change. So there could be some changes in our spiritual belief. There could be some changes where we either embrace the traditional or we say, maybe this is a little bit too much for us, and we need to step away from that. So that would be more around that full moon in Aries. And then our last card here, This is the Queen of Wands, and this is what I was mentioning before when we have the Queen of Pentacles. Wands, again, is our fire energy. This is embrace the full moon. Embrace the wondrous of it. You know, remember, passionate, burning, determined, fly high, fly high. There's a renewed optimism. Again, this could be the thing stable a little bit more in your natural world, or it could be that, you know, that the world opens up and as you break away from the traditional. And the Queen of Wands is just basically saying fly high. Okay, now we come then to the 23rd of October, and this is just right barely in the 23rd. Again, the times are Eastern, so some of this could be, you know, still on the 22nd, or it could be on, you know, it could be 23rd. I don't know. But this is at 51 minutes after midnight. The Libra season ends and Scorpio season begins. And this one is 4. 4 has stability. This is the 4 of Swords. Basically, rest, take a time off, breathe a little bit, let things chill out a little bit. While we have these that are hanging on the wall, the swords hanging on the wall, we have one that's hidden. So there's still hidden secrets to come, hidden things to happen. And at the same time, even though this looks like some, you know, we go back to something's ended, this is, you know, I don't know, is he on top of a coffin? Is he on top of a, you know, is he one of those statuettes type of thing? I'm not sure. It just, basically, I'm getting the just rest, take it easy. You've got hidden information, and Scorpio is, you know, is about uncovering a lot of hidden information. So, wow. So again, too, there's a lot of things going on in Libra season, and there was even more. But I was like, no, we can't just go down that route. But as we do our small readings, our short readings, as I do them, I will try to get a little more information and put them in the introduction. Okay? Okay. Let's take a deep breath. A lot seems to be happening, and let's go on and start our long readings. Hello, my Leos, and welcome to Libra season. Just seems like only a little bit ago it was your season. And now we're entering Libra, and I hope you watch the intro because it's going to be an intense season. Okay, let's see one more time what we have for my Leos popping up for us. There's, this one is reversed. Okay, glasses on. I can see. First card is 2 of Water. Okay, so 2s have connections. It has crossroads, choices. Water energy is our Scorpio. It's our Pisces. We're going to still have that, you know, that Pisces full moon type of energy. It is also Cancer, so it's fluid emotional energy. This is kind of, this goes along with a lot of times the Lover's card. This has relationship energy. This, and again, relationship can be anything, you know, that the work job, personal, intimate, romance, or family or home. So it has any of those types of relationships, but there could be a deepening of a connection here for you, my Leos. Something that you are putting your heart into more and more. Now, is that your job? Could be. Is that a relationship that's personal or intimate? Could be. It could even be putting your heart into your family, your home. But it seems like during Libra season that this feels more, I don't know, this feels like there's a stronger connection, there's a stronger purpose, there's a stronger divine type of purpose with this energy. So let's see. A relationship that continues to grow closer. Forgiveness, the positive resolution of a conflict. That's quite lovely. Your next card is the Knight of Fire. Now, Knights have been coming up a lot, but this is, I think, the first time that I've seen the Knight of Fire. Now, Knight's underlying energy is your energy. Fire energy is your energy, so fire type of energy. It's you passionately going after what it is you want and not necessarily not taking no for an answer. You just going after this. Now, is this romantic? Is this a romantic relationship? Is this a job? Is this a career? It could be any of all of those things, but there is something you feel very strongly, you feel very connected. Again, there seems to be, and you've been heading in this way, it seems to be an increase in your divine purpose type of energy, your divine connection, your karmic, resolution type of energy. Nights are directional. You go in the one way, you tell it, it just goes after what it wants. So passionate, adventurous, self-assured, restless. A sudden event. Now this kind of pops at me too. So something that's, I don't know, is this somebody that you all of a sudden meet eyes with? Is this a job offer that comes out of the blue? But something snaps it. I feel like the sudden event, something is snap. It's like snap, snap. Now it's time. Okay. A sudden event that needs immediate attention. Time is of the essence. Think things through carefully. I feel like snap. Now it's time. Next card reversed, the Ace of Earth. So ace is a 1. Okay, aces are 1s. Earth energy is our Capricorn. It is our Taurus. It is our Virgo energy. This is a new job, a new journey, a new source of money, a new sense of abundance. This has a lot of, even though, this has a little bit of that Empress type of energy, even though that's not necessarily Earth, but this is receiving more. Okay? So this is the inflow of abundance, a promising business venture, important documents or contracts. And remember, I always tell you this, it is Mercury retrograde, so, contracts, you always want to make sure that that you have somebody look those over. You want to make sure all the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed. Because many times it's something that later on you go, oh, I didn't know I agreed to that. And yeah, you did. So, but this looks very promising. This looks very connected. This looks like you're just moving into a much, much, much better side, a much better time with not just your relationships, but also with your money energy too. But it's like, again, snap. Now it's time. Okay? And, so let's see now. Our John Holland, and for clarification. 6. So we have the 6. Did we have any 6s? No. But this is I can't speak anymore. Material and spiritual prosperity. So to me, and this has come up a couple of times throughout a lot of the readings, but the material and spiritual, I'm feeling like this is a divine gifting, a divine purpose type of energy. So you're being put into the place that you need to be, and because of it, your needs will be met and some of your wants also. So that's a 6. 4 has a firm foundation. You have the knowledge base. You have gone through the school of hard knocks. Maybe you've even gone through school itself, the training. But it's like you have done the training, and now you have created what it is that you are promoting, where it is you're going. There's a firm foundation in I would say probably in that career, or even in that, any of that relationship type of energy. You have come to a better place through your years, through your experiences. Now you can be quite young still, but it's still, there's a lot of maturity. You have a lot of maturity, and you're coming into a very strong place. Okay? Next card, and 4s also have stability, leadership, also organization. Now we come to a 9. And 9 says you have all the pieces. You have all the pieces to the puzzle. All you have to do is put them together. But this is about spiritual strength. And with spiritual strength, a lot of the things, my Leos, that you've been going through, you've only been going through them, or you've only gotten through them because of your connection with whoever it is you call higher power. So do not give up on that. Do not give up. You keep believing. You keep pushing forward, because spiritual strength, it's, there's someone watching over you. Okay. So this is really, so a lot of the stuff, because we've been having, the short readings have been really focusing on metaphysical growth and supernatural growth and being watched over and finding your purpose. And it looks like Libra season is going to be one of those, is one of the seasons that's really kind of like snap. Again, I keep doing the word snap. I'll have to remember to put that in. It's like snap. Now it's time. Anyway, let's go on. See what words of advice from Osha Zen Tarot for my Leos. Here we are. First card. So 8, letting go. Sometimes, this is the hard part. So 8 has unlimited opportunities. Sometimes when we are moving into more of that spiritual realm, or we that supernatural, and again, this is one of those times it's very strongly, sometimes there's things we have to let go before we can move. And we're kind of like, no, this is important to us. And it's kind of like, no, you have to let go of that to go there. So this is a hard lesson to learn. It is a good time, though, from that full moon to the new moon to let go, but it is not an easy lesson. Okay, because there is something, many times a little bit about my story, if that in 2018 I had to let go of a career to come and do this. So it's like, really? You want me to do what? Yep. Okay, doesn't always have to make sense, though. Again, that's where your spiritual strength comes in. Okay, next card. Suppression. Oh, so now we have a 10, 10's transition. You can bring it back to that 1. Suppression. Oh, that's really hard. That's a hard one to fight against. Again, sometimes there's this thing about, again, it goes with the letting go. I really feel this is where I need to go. However, I have all of these responsibilities and I can't do it. And it's just like the opportunity is there, and it's just like I can't do it. So this is a hard one to recognize, but it's a hard one to make a decision off of also. So it does, and also too, if this is one of those times and you just can't do it, other opportunities do come along. It will not be the same one, but this is saying, there's this piece that's like, I want to go, but I've got too many. I'm too attached to the worldly. I'm too attached to the natural in order for me to go where I think I'm supposed to go. That's very understandable. So let's see what the next card is. And now we have a 7. So 8, 10, or a 1 plus 7, and 7. Projection. And that's always interesting because this is again, if you go back to the introduction when I had the 15, which is the devil card, and there's the fear there, it's basically putting out what we think, putting out what our fears are, possibly to another. It could be one thing, like, it's because of you that I can't do this, and what you're doing is you're really projecting your fears, your inability to somebody else. It could also be that you're projecting failure, you're projecting that this will never work. So there's a lot of mind games in here. And I shouldn't say games because these are very real, but there's a lot of external forces that keep us from letting go. So so while there's these things opening up, but I will tell you this because I want to give you hope on this, because you're like, no, Deb, I will tell you, when higher power wants you somewhere, it will happen. Maybe just not the way you thought it would be. So what would happen, basically, it would be like a couple of times I have then, even though I was to leave my career and such like that, I had gone back. And this was always in Mercury retrograde too. And the one time was I started, okay, I'm going to go down this path. The office closed. So sometimes it's not, if you're supposed to go down a path, a lot of times outside, supernatural influences take over, and then again, okay, well, maybe I'm supposed to do this then. And then that was in 2020. So, and you know what happened then? So, a lot of things happen that it just kind of like, it's like, nope. And it's like, you feel like many times over that you're picked up where you think you are and you're put back onto square one. That happens. That happens. So even though those fears are there, if you're supposed to be somewhere, if this is a destiny call for you, it will happen. Now, whether you have control over how you make those changes or not, it will happen. Okay, how's that for that? So don't worry so much about it. Don't worry so much. Okay, here we go. And that's when you say, oh, I guess I wasn't supposed to do this, or I guess I was supposed to do this. All right, let's see what we have here. These are reversed. The Four of Ariel. Now, fours again have that, have that stability, leadership, organization. Ariel again is earth energy. We've talked about this. There is reciprocity type of energy here. When you give, you receive. When you receive, you should give. There is watching a little bit of your money, but I really don't feel that it's so much that as much as it is reciprocity. You don't want to be a miser, but you don't want to be someone that is too, that doesn't that gives everything away for free either. Money has energy to it. Money has energy. And if you're giving energy out, you should expect money back. If you are working, you should expect to be paid for that. If you have someone work for you, you should expect to pay them also. So there is a balance. There is a balance. And I do feel that the Four of Ariel is talking about and bringing a balance in your financials. Okay? Okay. So when you give, you also receive. Being resistant to change. Well, we know what that's all about there. Extremes in how you save or spend money. Here we go. Next card. The Star. Now, the Star is Archangel Jophiel. So we now have a 4, 1, 7. Did we have any of these numbers down here? Yes, we had an 8, 10, and a 7. Now we have a 4, 1, and 7. Archangel Jophiel. So this is the Star. Make a wish. Dreams can become reality. Things can happen. There's supernatural energy out there. You have to sort of, it's one of those things. Believe. What do you believe? A dream come true. Believe in yourself. The end of a difficult situation. And your next card here, reversed, the Ace of Raphael. So now, the Ace of Raphael, remember we had the Two of Water, which is an emotional relationship, an emotional journey. The Ace is a new beginning. Raphael is water energy. This is basically new emotional experience. So there's this transitioning happen. We do have to watch out for how we want to feel with it and what we want to control, but the transition's going to happen whether or not we want it or not, Okay. A positive new emotional experience, fulfilling romantic relationships, deep and lasting spiritual insights. So now, interesting stuff happening in Libra season for us Leos, for you Leos. So let's go on and see what we have with the guardian angels. Here we go, one more time I think. So the 4171, that's interesting. Here we are. Okay, last card before we go to Emily Anderson crystal deck. Two of Thought. Okay, very interesting with that. We know what twos are. We know air energy. Air energy is sword energy. And this is, your angels have noticed that you are not moving forward. You may have multiple options that you're reviewing and you seem to be unable to choose. Ask your angels for signs as what direction to take, or just listen to your own inner voice. Deep down, you know what to do. I think that's the main message. You know what to do. Alrighty. Again, snap. Snap. It just happens. Okay, let's go on and see what crystal or energy will be helpful for my Leos during Libra season. Here we are. Reversed. Earth. Good. Abundance. Well, there's a lot of abundance here. Fertility, harvesting, and logic. Interesting season for us, or for you, my Leos. Many of you know I'm a Leo too, but I never read for myself. I can't. Anyway, my Leos, take a moment, breathe deep. Remember to like, share, subscribe, click on the bell for notifications, keep my channel running, and I thank you for doing that. Now, No matter what the world throws at us, my Leos, this is the most important thing. Know that you are loved. Stay shining and be blessed. Bye-bye.